Welcome to On-Track Learning Tools. During this presentation, students will learn about the skill of effective note-taking. Cornell Notes 101. Welcome to the world of note-taking. It is important that all students and non-students alike learn and develop the effective skill of taking good notes. Homeschool students are not an exception to this rule. Even though you have access to your books at all times, you do not want or need to grow dependent upon them for your learning. This is why important note-taking skills are important to your success. A little history about Cornell Notes. They were developed in 1949 at Cornell University by Walter Pauck. They were designed in response to frustration of students over their test scores, and they are meant to be easily used as a test study guide. Cornell Notes are designed to help you take organized notes from readings, presentations, videos, movies, and during a traditional classroom setting. These notes will help you to identify key words and concepts from your studies and help you scan notes to locate important information for tests, papers, etc. Here's a demonstration on how to set up your Cornell Notes. Divide the paper into 3 sections. Draw a vertical line from the top to the bottom that is 2 inches from the left margin and stops 3 inches from the bottom of the page. Underneath this, draw a horizontal line the width of the paper, and write only on one side of your paper. Your note document should include your name, the course name, and the date and/or week of study. Give your notes a general title as well to help you locate it easily for study or reference. Write notes. Write all notes on the right side of the page. Be sure to skip one line between ideas and several lines between topics. Mark ideas that go together with an asterisk. Review and clarify. Review the notes soon after the lecture or reading of your text. Make sure notes are clear and that the information makes sense. If it does not, go back and correct. Pull out main ideas, topics, terms, places, dates, etc. Use the topics and information from the right column of notes to identify the main ideas of the lecture or the reading. Write the main idea in the left column, matching it with the details. Recite and summarize. Covering the notes section, attempt to recite an explanation of the words in the key point sections. Refer to the notes section when you have difficulty. Recite the entries. Reciting the entries helps in learning the material. Write a summary at the bottom of your page and mention all the key points in that summary. To study, review the notes on a regular basis. Use all concepts of Cornell Notes to study for workbook pages, quizzes, and tests. Keep your notes. You will need them for unit tests, midterms, and finals as well. Here's an example of a Cornell note from a biology course. Here you can see the general ideas that they wrote down during the reading. Here are the main ideas to the left that they pulled from those ideas, and at the bottom is a summary which contains all of those main ideas. Here's a second example from a physics class in college. You can see these are much more detailed and also contain drawings, but the structure is the same. Here's the summary along with specific diagrams that needed to be remembered or memorized. Next, you'll need tips on taking text notes, in other words, notes from your reading. Think about the reading. Consider how the parts relate to the whole, how the text relates to previous ideas. Create questions about new words or terms and why emphasized points are very important. Examine what you have learned from visuals. Be aware of your textbook organization. Look for the pattern in elements like chapters, subsection headings, summary points, and graphics. Know where to find the index and the glossary in your book. Use the text style to identify important points. Become familiar with the font, symbols, borders, graphics, colors, and layouts that highlight main ideas or terms in your book. Be alert to the writer's general goal. Highlight ideas, references, opinions that seem significant to their point of view. Take notes while you read. Include headings, key terms, and graphics. Take down only the important ideas. Keep them brief but clear. Summarize them in your own words. Use symbols to highlight them for review. And use textbook review questions to develop study questions. Review textbook notes. Identify your main ideas. Fill in details for better understanding. Identify unclear information and/or questions, and then collaborate for answers. Delete any unnecessary information. Review your note organization, add symbols, or rewrite if necessary. And then last, write a summary. Make use of the format. Cover the right side of your notes. Review and answer study questions from the left using the right side as an answer key. You can even fold the page under so that you can't see the answers right away. Quiz yourself out loud. Cover the right side with blank paper and write out the answers to the left column study questions. Lastly, write. Write summaries of the most important material in the summary reflection section. Write a quiz for others using notes and exchange and correct them. Write anticipated test questions beyond those already in the left-hand column and then write answers to those questions. Look over your notes frequently to keep important information and questions still unanswered fresh in your mind, and recite information from your notes. I would suggest that you review the notes from the chapter or chapters you are currently studying on a daily basis. Once those chapters have passed, make a note on your calendar to review them several times again in the future before major tests such as unit, midterm, or final exams. And last, wrap. Read the material and take notes. Ask yourself, what are the main ideas? Put the main ideas and details in your own words. We hope that you have enjoyed this presentation and that you can apply these learning skills to your next study session.